Welcome to the DJ Insider Podcast, sponsored by Amplified Events.
It's the only podcast where we break down insider information from our weddings, experience, and advice from over 15 years in the wedding industry.
We're your hosts. I'm Mike Kane, owner of Amplified Events.
And I'm Joe Obamani, the general manager of Amplified Events.
Let's get into it.
We're back.
Yes.
How we doing?
Dude,
Got a lot of
good.
people here.
Coming off, was a 4 or 5 wedding weekend?
Yeah, big one.
Crazy,
Big
crazy
start to
weekend.
August. Nice kind of push through the rest of the year. We've got a ton of weddings from now through October. So yeah, that was kind of a good omen. Got through the weekend pretty clean, all of us. There were some that we definitely want to talk about a little more than others. But yeah, we could definitely go around and kind of start. Mike, how was yours?
Yeah, dude. So we did a former DJ, Jacob's wedding, which is cool because then I got to also see former DJ Jeff and John and their significant others. It was super fun.
Yeah.
Great party. The couple, they really didn't want any focus or spotlight attention on them. So there was no first dances, no introductions, no ceremony. They got married at, I think, a courthouse the day before kind of thing. No first dances, no specialty dances, no speeches.
Wow.
Literally, I arrived to set up. We had photo booth printing, uplighting, dance floor lighting, all that stuff, DJing. And then their guests arrived, and then there was just kind of like an hour of cocktail music. And then they brought in like Church's Chicken to do the catering. And they just had somebody handing out from a cooler like beer and wine. And it was just kind of rented like a community space park room.
Yeah.
And about 90 people. And then we just partied hard, and just everybody danced, had a good time. They were tearing it up, man.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, his family's Puerto Rican, so we had a lot of salsa music. We did a lot of like kind of just like, I don't know what it was, but they really liked. Who's the super freak? She's a very, what's that?
Rick James?
Rick James. They love Rick James.
Let's go.
So they went nuts for that. That was kind of like the song of the night, that and Give It To Me, Baby. And people just went crazy. It was really fun. About a 5-hour set. Like, it was a good party.
A long one.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, that makes sense with how dinner and everything was. Like, they didn't want the formalities. It's just
Yeah.
come in, grab a piece of chicken, and let's get to dancing.
Yeah, let's
Bro,
I
they
kind
were-
of like that. That's long for you.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
They were super nice. I got double tipped. Like, his dad tipped me, and then he tipped me. Just super kind, great people, great party. Like, I was super happy to do it. It was really cool. So basically, he's a former DJ for us. And basically, I have this deal with any of our company people that if you work for us, even if after you leave, if you need a DJ for an important event, I'll DJ it for free. As long as you leave in like good standing, you don't like screw us over or something. We're going to do that. And so he had left 2 years ago and was like, hey, I'm getting married. Would you still? I go, yeah, absolutely. As a way of saying thank you for working for us and doing a great job and that kind of thing. So it was super fun. It was a good time.
I love that.
How about you guys? What were your weddings like?
Cole,
Oh, it was a rough one.
you didn't have a wedding. You had a
Quinceañera.
you had a Keynes? Yeah. Tell us about it.
So it started off great. We got there, set up everything. Setup went fine. Honestly, we had almost a full setup. We had everything but printing. And we went through their father-daughter dance. That went great. And then they had a mariachi band going. And while the mariachi band was playing, about halfway through their like hour of cocktail dinner, whatever you want to call it, power cuts in half the room.
Oh.
The half I'm on. So
What'd you do?
my first thing was I was going to move to the other half of the room.
Right.
Power's still over there. I'm going to set up a Bluetooth speaker and then move to the other half of the room. As soon as I started moving everything, the rest of the power in the room cut.
Oh, my God.
So I set up the Bluetooth speaker, waited for the mariachi band to stop, got music playing, and then I literally couldn't do anything except go get the power banks. So I went and grabbed the jackeries, and then I got back, and the assistant, he was running the Bluetooth speaker at the time, and he doesn't have much. He's got like cocktail and cake cutting song.
Right.
I think that's what I had on my phone at the time. So he doesn't have a lot of different options. So I'm running the cocktail playlist.
Yeah.
And this lady's up there talking to him, and as I go, what's going on when I get up there? And she goes, you got to get some different music going. People are starting to leave. And I'm like, I would, but I I can't.
Yeah.
Like I got to get power. So after all that happened, I get the booth plugged into the battery, and about 25 minutes into the dance floor, the battery I was using for the DJ booth died.
Oh my god.
So luckily we had both of them. So I just went over to the photo booth and grabbed the one off the photo booth. But yeah, it was just struggling to get power the entire night.
That sounds horrible.
Even for what it was, the dance floor was decent.
Yeah.
Like, I can't complain about the dance floor, but it was just rough. The power
Definitely.
situation made it tough.
What did you hear about how the power went out?
So, a car across the street hit a power line or a power pole.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Knocked the power out. That'll do it.
Crazy accident.
It ended up coming back on 15 minutes before it ended.
Finally got it fixed or whatever. Power
they
restored.
finally finished, got everything back up and running.
Always right before.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like,
no, cool.
Of course.
Sweet. Turn the lights on. Let's just
They,
go.
they came out. That's how everybody
Let's
knew.
Just go. Let's get the hell out of here.
Man, that's so challenging, so frustrating. I mean, it sounds like though you did everything you could do. Like you got a Bluetooth speaker going as soon as power went out, just to have music playing, like a battery powered speaker. And then you went to our office, picked up our generators. Unfortunately, one of them wasn't charged. Sorry about that. That's not on you. That's our fault. So I have them both plugged in now. They're both charging now. I thought they would have, because we had just one plug and we charge one and then charge the other.
Yeah, that's what I
and
thought.
I thought
was
they're fully
happening.
charged. It's just going to sit in there. The power's not going to, but apparently it had died pretty quickly. So, man, that's so frustrating. I felt so bad for you when you were texting night of. Like,
Not only that, there was no range in the basement because we were in a basement of a.
oh yeah, there's no cell phone signal.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So
No
I'm
Wi-Fi,
trying
no
to
cell
text him about
Yeah,
what's going
so it's
on,
not even
and
like
I can't even
the
text
cocktail
him.
playlist. That's all you have. You
Yes.
can't. The option to search the
Very
internet.
minimal.
Yeah, you can't even use Spotify at this point. That's horrible. You did everything you could.
I'm sending.
But seriously, my jaw was just dropping more and more with every text I was getting from you. I was like, "What the hell is going on over there?" I'm 15 minutes. I'm across the street at the
not
Allure.
even 15 minutes.
I'm
it's
seriously
5 minutes.
15 steps away
Yeah.
from you guys. I'm like that. I just don't understand. That is.
There, and even if you came over and there was nothing you could have done to
No.
make it any better.
No, it was the power was. It was done. It was done.
I mean, that's the important thing too. Like the take away is like, if you could make it not be that way, you would.
Yeah,
1,000%.
I did everything I could
You
have.
really did. You really did.
And
And grabbing the power banks.
and you
was
went above and
a good
beyond.
call.
Like,
yeah, that was.
there's, to me, the client shouldn't have any expectation, in my opinion, I guess, that like you can continue to do your job without power.
Right.
Yeah.
You did your job without power still because you had a battery backup option, you had some generator options, but like, and we did our best with that, but like we're not, in my opinion, contractually obligated to continue to perform when the venue we're in doesn't have power.
No, and it's in our contract that we do need
Yeah.
a good outlet, 120 volt outlet. Like that's what we
I think
need.
that should be obvious to the customer. I mean,
I would
I
hope
think
so.
It
I
needs
would
a little bit of
imagine.
power.
Our
dude.
contract has
It's
that
it's like
clause.
expecting
little
someone
bit
to
of
car
power,
wash your
like-
house and your water's out. Like that just doesn't make. It's literally the source to our music is power. Like
We have that clause in our contract to protect us, you know, but it stinks that it happened to this person and their family. It just it's one of these rotten things that can happen sometimes. It's just and to me that person should take their case. If they have a problem, they should take it up with whoever hit that pole with their car. They took out the power. That's who's responsible for the power outage, for the outcome, for all the money they spent on their event. That's who they can take to legal court with, and that person's insurance, car insurance, take them to court over that. I wasn't able to have this event I paid for because you knocked the power out to the venue. That's not the venue's fault. It's not the DJ's fault. It's not the mariachi's fault. Did the mariachi keep playing?
Yeah, they played
just
live.
played a cappella. Yeah. And it's one of these rotten things that happens that sometimes I've done a few of these where power outages happen. It's just, you do your best to make it as best you can, but
And they were, with what was happening, they were still appreciative, and they understood everything that was going on. You know,
Yeah.
the power's out. You
What
can't.
can we do?
Yeah.
Shoot.
it's just frustrating. You put a year of planning, thousands of dollars, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
because some
and
rascal.
She was very good with planning. She knew what she wanted and had everything planned out really well. So it kind of sucked not being able to get it.
Feel bad for the couple.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
we can't
I
perform
do feel
and give
bad.
you what
If
you
you
guys
had full
wanted.
power,
and-
what would do you think the party would have
Oh,
been
it
like?
would have been great.
Yeah.
Through the first dance, the whole room got loud. I mean, and they had like a choreographed first dance, so the whole room was just like cheering and hyping them up.
Mm.
So I think the party would have been great if we actually were able to start on time and get everything going.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot easier when you have the tools to do your job, to actually do the job.
A little bit.
Build this house. Oh, give me that hammer. You don't have
You
it
don't
anymore.
need that.
Yeah. Sorry.
And now,
Micah, Joe, how about you guys? Tell us about your gigs.
You want me to go? I can go. I was like right across the street from Cole. I was at the Allure. I didn't have any power problems. Sorry, Cole. Yeah, no, it was a pretty smooth day overall. I was with Logan. He was assisting me. It was great. We threw down. I don't think he was expecting.
It was
That-
the second wedding, right?
It was a second wedding. I don't think he was expecting that type of party. The first time he was with Cade, so a little shy. He was with his brother, and he said it was like maybe 15 people on the dance floor, kind of like throughout the night.
yeah.
And ours was like 200 plus on the dance floor the whole time. Like it was a rager. Songs of the night were like Grove Street Party, No Hands, Bottoms Up, anything like that. Like we did a lot of rap. It was very fun. A lot of fast paced stuff we were doing, hopping all around the board. And then the best man came up and asked me for the microphone. And I was like, no, absolutely not. If the groom says you can have the microphone, then you can have the microphone, but I'm not giving you the microphone. I've made this mistake plenty of
Fool me
times.
once.
Once, twice, that's it. I'm not doing this again.
The limit.
There's a limit to this. But then the groom came up and he was like, give him the mic. And the best man was like, Bohemian Rhapsody. It's like 8:30 p.m. And I'm like,
Such a long
no,
song.
right now? We can do it later in the night. He said, no, right now. So we do Bohemian Rhapsody. Is this the like he's
Could he
oh, I
carry
gotta
it?
kill it. I'm nervous. He was so nervous that he had to crush it in front of everybody. It was awful. It was hilarious.
You couldn't sing on key, or you
No,
couldn't
no.
hit the notes.
Not even
No,
close.
and like he was just hammered and just like screaming into the mic. It wasn't even like it was so funny. But they had a great time. The bride came up. She wanted to sing Cherry Pie by Warrant.
Yeah.
She
That's fire.
belted into the mic. She knew every word of the song. She absolutely crushed it. And then they wanted one more song. It was the Foo Fighters. Oh, I forget which Foo Fighters song it was.
It's an obscure one. It wasn't.
Burn it all down
Yes,
or
yes,
burn it
yep.
to the ground.
Burn it to the ground. Yeah.
Burn it to the ground. And they went off. He got on the mic. They all went off. I did like the acapella stuff on the board. It was really fun. But weird, like strange in that regard, but it worked. Like
Mhm.
typically that stuff does not work. But everybody had a good time. Did not kill the dance floor. We did a t-shirt toss in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
They were just ready to rage. And they texted me the next morning about how grateful they were and how much of a rager
Hell yeah.
they had. And they had 11 weddings this year. And that couple is going to, between theirs and like their friends, 11 weddings this summer alone.
Let's go.
So that was crazy. His couple,
Yep,
for,
yep, yep.
for
They were there?
September, they were there. Couple I worked with last summer, they were awesome. They were there. They came up and said, "Hey, how you doing? Like, you're throwing down. Good job again." So that was really cool.
Times two.
I saw someone, like 2 or 3 people from my high school, one person from my elementary school. It was fun. It was a really nice party for me.
That's so sick. Yeah, karaoke can like really make a good party better, and it can also break.
And I was playing it on the board, just like on Serato. Like, yeah, you can have the mic. We're not gonna like. I'm not gonna. He was like, "Can you pull up the lyrics? I just want to make sure." I'm like, "No,
No.
I'm not gonna pull.
No.
I'm not gonna pull up the lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody. You asked for this song." He's like, "I think I know all of them, but like, I gotta do good in front of everybody,
Yeah.
right?"
You do.
It's like, "Yeah, no, I'm
no,
not gonna pull them up though.
You're
but-
literally stopping the party to make it about you.
Cell
but
phone.
you got this. I believe."
Yeah.
Cell phone.
Cell phone, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was fun. weird.
It is a good solution, the cell phone.
Well, yeah.
Hold on. Give me your cell phone. I'll pull up the lyrics real quick.
Chug his beer. Like there's a little bit left in it. Slam it on the DJ booth, and like some beer like sprays out of the top. Slams it on the DJ booth. Both the photographer and videographer. It's Meg Pearson.
Yeah.
And her husband, right? He
Yeah,
does the video.
Yes.
Yeah. So they both were
Mitch,
there.
Yeah.
And they both saw him slam this thing, and I felt their eyes look at it and then look at me, and then I looked at them, and we all were just like, what? Like, did he really just do that? And then Mitch grabbed it like off the booth and like threw it away. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just a funny moment between all of us with a drunk dude just slamming it on the DJ booth. All right, dude.
Should have crushed it on his head. In my
Should've,
day,
yeah.
my day, that's the polite
Gangster.
thing to do. When you crush a
Chug
beer,
the
you just
rest.
crush it on your
Yeah.
head and see you bye. So 10 of 10, 9 of 10. What would you?
I would say 9 of 10. 9 of 10. Yeah. 9 of 10 because it was a little awkward at the start.
Mhm.
When I got there, it was a little awkward, like connecting with the couple, talking with the people. I couldn't really get a read on the group as a whole. And when we got to dancing, it was fine. I think they just wanted to dance. That's what the couple made it very clear they wanted to dance. They had me tell their guests, if they're on the dance floor, just Irish goodbye. Like, do not interrupt them when they're on the dance floor. If they don't want to be interrupted, just get out of here. Just we're so happy to see you. That's why we invited you. We're gonna walk around during dinner, but do not interrupt us.
Dude, that's one thing the Irish people do right. Is just see you bye.
See ya. Yeah. How about you?
Mine was good. I was at White Oak. Pretty standard wedding, I feel like. It was a fun one, though.
Yeah.
Nothing really went wrong. The only thing that went wrong is a guy like locked up our photo booth because he tried putting in his own password to it.
Dude, that was
What?
hilarious.
Multiple times. He just put in the iPad was just locked for like 15 minutes, and the guy volunteered the information that he locked it out because he entered in the password 1111
Oh,
4 or
lucky
5
numbers.
different times.
Yeah,
you know,
1111. Right, 1111.
and then he proceeded to wait by the photo booth for 15 minutes, checking it like every 2 minutes, and it would let me know. And I was just like, I got it, man. And got it up and running, and then he used it. It was during dinner too. He's the only guy out there, very drunk with his girlfriend.
I need to use photo booth
During
right now.
dinner.
During dinner, they were literally the only 2 people outside.
Please, this is important to me.
Right now.
I'll,
Spam.
don't worry, I'll
literally
guess
spam
your
it.
code.
Right.
I'm gonna get it
He's
eventually.
like, I could have sworn it was 111 when I walked up, and I was like, could have sworn.
How
I'm
do you
thinking,
know?
like, based on what? I've never met you, man.
I can just tell. There's something about that.
He's the iPad whisperer. Figures it out.
It told
He's
me.
like, shh. He's like up next to it, like
Listening like a
I
safe.
don't know, 1112.
Then he locks it out. Nobody can use the dumb thing.
Right.
You got to wait 15 minutes.
Which, to be fair, I should have put the guided access on the iPad before
Simple
it started.
mistake, though, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
that happens.
everyone has done it.
The guided access thing. It's on the home screen. It's like, oh,
Well,
why did you go to the home screen?
Why would anybody
did you
swipe
swipe
out?
up?
Right, that's what I'm always wondering. It says tap. Nowhere does it say swipe.
And then definitely when you see a passcode,
don't do that.
I'm just going to guess it.
Oh, I got this.
It's going to be simple.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
It's absurd.
Just close your
Rather
eyes.
than just like, let's go find somebody like to have them
Yep.
like fix it or whatever. you
It's
know.
gotta be it.
Gotta be that
I'm
one.
close.
One of the grandmas at the wedding was like singing me, "What's the one?" And she starts singing, and I had no idea.
I love when people do that.
I was like, and then she sang a little more, and I'm sorry, I don't
Even
I
when
don't
I
know.
do know it, I'm just like, sing a little more.
sing.
Like,
Entertain me.
I don't. What is it? Sing a little more.
I really did not know what she was talking about. So. But I would have played it if I could figure it out, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I've learned very quickly that the easiest way to not get your song played is to walk up to me and tell me, first of all. Telling is the worst, but also to be like, I had a lady come up and she's like, we need to hear Kung Fu Fighting because the kids will love it.
Mm.
And it's just like, what does that even mean? And who is we? You know, it's so frustrating when someone
Me-
approaches and says
Me and the
that.
kids.
Right, exactly. Your kids? Like your kids, man?
All
Your two
would
sons over
love-
there?
All of the kids. I'm in charge, and we want to hear this song.
That and when like
I'm the liaison
personally I hate
of
when
the
like
kids.
a family member or someone gets in the bride and groom's ear as soon as they find out like we're basically not taking requests, we're probably not going to play it. When
Unless
they
the
go
bride and
and
groom
get
says.
right in their ear and like,
Yeah.
hey, we need to hear this. That's the worst. That happened Saturday night, and they were like, our kids love Freya Sky, which if you know Freya Sky, it's very like kids music. It's like
I
pop,
don't.
like think like Cat's Eye and like kind of the new age K-pop that's very just kid-y to me.
Just
Like,
noise spam.
noise spam and just not a dance floor music in my opinion, unless you're like at a K-pop concert, I guess. Convince the bride that like, hey, this would be like, we need to hear this song for the kids. There's no kids songs on the playlist tonight, even though the bride was very specific about curating
do
a very
Golden?
good playlist. So she's like, okay, fine, let's start the dance floor off with that song. And I'm just like, that's a terrible idea, I'm thinking. And so I made the executive decision not to do that. But I played it like third song in, and of course, like the kids loved it, but everyone else was like, what the hell are you playing right now?
Like looking at each other. What?
But just making it about themselves,
What
you know,
is
that's
a
like a pet
skibbity
peeve
toilet?
of mine for the couple. It's like, why are you in their ear? Let them have their day. Let them do their thing. Don't make suggestions.
It's
Don't
like, oh, I'm not taking requests. Nope, unless the bride or groom say so, and they
Right over there,
beeline-
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
beeline to them.
Unless
It's
they
like,
say so.
can we do this? And then they come up with the
They
thumbs.
just say yes
It's
'cause
always
they
the
don't want to.
because they literally just don't want to tell their best
Yeah.
man no or whoever
Right.
it is no. Fine, we can do it.
It's not about you.
It's not
Right.
I
about
don't want to
you.
make a stink.
Are you going to be okay if you don't hear your song?
And often it doesn't work. Like that didn't work.
Mm-mm.
Lucky it did work with the singing at my wedding. That usually doesn't. But
I did have one at the Keens that the father came up and said Tootsie Roll.
Oh,
hilarious.
are those 69 boys?
Yeah, and it worked
Let me see,
so
let me see.
well. I was like, I don't know. I don't know how they know this song so well.
That's an old song,
Yeah.
man. That's a good song.
Jock jams, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. Well, I mean, the stuff that happened this weekend, you guys know, but the listeners don't know, is that Cade had a wedding as well. And he had, I think, met with or reached out to his couple multiple times. When he met with the couple, they didn't give him any music. I'm not talking like, oh, I just didn't give a dance song, like processional songs he needs to like them walk down the aisle, them exit. And the guy, people who know him, I was trying to have him here. I wasn't able to work out for the podcast to kind of share his story, but like basically he had reached out to the couple multiple times to like, hey, we want to DJ, give us your music. Like, yeah, we'll do it. And then they didn't do it. And then day of the wedding, he is so stressed. He came in here to grab the photo booth and go to his gig. And like, he just still had no music. And so he had to kind of like on the fly, figure that out at the wedding, like download, purchase, organize it so that they'll have the songs to walk down the aisle. They'll have, who
Right
am I
before they
introducing?
walk down
Yeah,
the
who am I
aisle, they
introducing?
gave
Who
them songs
I need
right
names, I
before.
need speeches, I need like just no content, I think, or not enough content for him to feel comfortable going into that gig. And then when I heard about Cole's experience, I thought about that'd be a good discussion topic to talk about the things that the client is responsible for and the things that the client is liable for. And by liability, I mean the risks that they are assuming by doing business, by having this event, risks that they are taking on that they may or may not be aware of, and responsibilities, in my opinion, that they should know about. And our contract kind of states all this to kind of protect us and also to educate the client. And we do our best to help our clients with this. But I thought it'd be an interesting discussion topic for us DJs to kind of talk about. And let's take the first one of their responsibilities. What are the things that we expect the client to do? That's their job. They're responsible for.
I definitely think when it comes to weddings, if we are doing ceremony, the bare minimum, we need the song that the bride or whoever, the important person walking at the end, whether it be bride or groom, whatever they're walking down to, we need them to make a choice on that song. Their first dance song, parent dances if they want to do them. There's some very important non-negotiables when it comes to the music that they need to decide on.
Yeah. Or tell us you make it.
Or tell us we make it.
Yeah.
And
we can make a playlist.
when it comes to cocktail, dinner music, open dance,
So
if you
easy.
want to give us nothing and just give us a note that says classy cocktail, common, like current dinner music, and then just throw down for dance floor, we don't want to hear these 3 songs. That is more than enough. I don't need 50 songs. I don't need 5 songs. All I need is for you to make the choice of, do you want me to make this playlist for you? Or do you want me to, I'll pick your first dance. I know plenty of first dances, but if I'm picking your first dance, I need to know what genres you
Vibe,
like.
yeah.
What vibe do you like? Country? Do you like an instrumental? What do you want? There are some non-negotiables when it comes to also me making those decisions for you. There needs to be more communication. That's something that we need. That's why we have the app. When a couple comes back at the end of the night and says, oh, they didn't play my songs, we have all the songs in the app. That's what we cross-reference. It also helps us. It protects us after the fact too. It protects the couple. If we get your first dance wrong because we didn't download the right version and you uploaded the right version into the app, that's something we can see in real time and apologize for and make up for.
Yeah.
That's the only way we can see that. When you give us nothing and we're making decisions on the fly, what do you expect? Like, what if internet shoddy that day? So many things about what we do as Amplified is prep beforehand so that we can give the consistency that we like to give our couples, is have everything downloaded beforehand, have the sheet printed off and ready to go with all the notes on it in the correct order. That's what we like to do. And when you don't have that for us, we don't have the tools, like you not having power the other day. We don't have the tools that we need to perform. And that just seems like common sense. If we don't have the tools that we need, if we don't have an outlet, if we don't have any inkling on what type of music you like, I mean, what do you expect? And that's my personal opinion. Of course, we're designed to work on the fly, work with you, download music on the spot. We can do that. But do you expect it to be seamless still? Do you expect it to be as seamless as it could have been if you would have just had this in a few days prior to the wedding? It's never going to be as seamless.
Yeah.
And that's what we try and sell, is the seamless nature of how we DJ and the entirety of the day. That's what we sell. And if that's something you don't really care about or don't want to do, go with another service. There's so many other DJ companies that are like, we'll play these 500 songs. We got it covered. Your opinion doesn't even matter. We've got it all handled. Go with them. Why not go with a company like that if you really don't care? Because we really do care. And we want to perform to the best of our abilities. And we need the tools to do that. We need a little bit of music. We don't need a lot of music. We need you to pick 10 songs throughout the entire day. Maybe.
Yeah,
that's it.
Just get a vibe of what you want and we can fill the rest.
If we're not doing ceremony, we need first dance, parent dances. If we're doing bouquet garter and a last dance, that's 6 songs. That's nothing. If we're doing ceremony, we need a processional, family processional, and recessional. Let's make that
You don't
9
even
songs.
have to pick your intro song.
No,
because
you absolutely
there
don't.
are such hype songs you can just come into at the right time.
Yep.
Like, you need very minimal amount of songs for it to go
Yeah.
well.
I listen to a lot of other DJ podcasts, and it seems like this is not a popular topic to talk about. What's the client responsible for? What's the client liable for? Why do you guys think that other people, and even us, we haven't really talked about this a lot on our podcast, why do you think people hesitate to bring up client responsibilities or liabilities until something actually goes wrong, like it did this weekend?
I mean, I think it's the same thing as it's why are laws written after the fact. It's until somebody makes a mistake or somebody abuses the thing or until something goes wrong. That's when you think of it, or that's when you talk about it. I mean, you never want to think about the things that can go wrong or talk about them when things are going right, because things are going right. Why talk about those things? So I think it's just kind of the nature of it. It's now these things have happened. Now we talk about it. Now we come up with solutions to try and prevent that moving forward. I just think that's kind of the nature of it. But,
yeah, I think it's also like we don't want to offend people. We don't want to upset people. My approach is we assume the best, that maybe you're stressed, maybe you're struggling to come up with a good song. And so we're like, oh, we can help you. Or when I meet with my couples, I'm like, yeah, if you just don't care, you really don't care, and you want me to decide, just put DJ's choice in the little note section and fill that out. And I had talked to a couple other DJs about in preparing this podcast, and they're very type A, very organized, detail oriented. And they're like, well, that would never happen with me because I meet with them 4 or 5 times and they answer all my questions and I make sure they answer all my questions. And if they don't, then there's a deadline and then there's a follow-up and another deadline. And I'm kind of like, well, that works for you guys. That's not me. And also, like, I don't know, like, to some degree, I want the client to be responsible for what they want to get out of the event. And if I have to parent them and hold their hand and follow up just that many times, I'm working harder than the client is.
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference between, and what is that difference between a client being hard to work with and a client genuinely failing to meet their contractual responsibilities? And I think there's a big difference there. And it's a very fine line, but it's really important that there's clients who they just don't give us anything. And we did follow up multiple times and we did ask for this, and they know it's important. And I think in the back of their mind is they're like, well, we'll just wing it and the DJ will figure it out and it'll be okay. And literally that's usually what happens, that the DJ does wing it, does figure it out. It'll be okay.
Most of the time it's fine. Right.
Yeah.
But that had a big cost.
Yeah.
You know, it had a big cost on Cole. It was very stressful, a lot of extra work for him at a wedding that was not anticipating. And it had a big cost on Cade, a lot of extra stress, a lot of extra work at the last second to try to deliver something that was avoidable, in my opinion.
And I mean, you're never in Cade's circumstance too. It's like this, they didn't really seem like they wanted to be too involved. Like it was their second marriage.
Yeah.
They're in their
Hanging
50s.
out,
They didn't really care for the formalities, and that makes sense. I mean, there's reasons where it does make sense. Of course, we could have followed up, but still, even if we followed up 10 times, he still texted them multiple times.
I think he did. I
they
think
weren't
he did
gonna
his duty.
add it regardless. I don't think
We've
it
had
would've
this
mattered.
before. This has happened before with other clients where we've made multiple efforts, multiple attempts. Hey, we need the music. Hey, we need the music. Hey, we need your song selection. Hey, we need your timeline. Hey, I need to introduce somebody. What are their names? And I've had that many times with gigs I've done. And I've had it this year, in fact, where they're like, right before we're lining people up, now I know your names. Right before I introduce, now I know here's the song. You know, right before you walk down the aisle.
A lot of those things shouldn't be a problem as a DJ. A lot of those things that you're talking about, like getting names day of,
feels very
switching
like
a
it should be up
song
front.
day up, one song, none of that's a problem. All of that stuff is super easy. We can work with the couple there. We don't have to talk about that stuff beforehand. A lot of stuff is changeable. That is something that we can do. But giving us nothing to go off of, that's not meeting the contractual obligation. That's the fine line right there, is that giving us nothing and giving us like, oh, we locked these in, but then you come up to me right before your first dance and say, oh, we don't want to do this song. Can we switch it to this song? At least I had your other song prepped. And if I can't figure that other one out, then we can do the other one because that's what we have. I mean, there's so many things that and backups and solutions, but we need something to go off of first.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the line.
And I've done this long enough where like I've had all types, very organized people, very disorganized people who care a lot, people who don't care a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with working with all of those people. The only time I take issue is when people, for one, they said, I want this, and I deliver that, and they're upset. They're not happy with what literally exactly what they said they wanted. Mm-hmm. Or they don't give me anything, and they act like it's no big deal, and then I make a choice, and they're unhappy with that choice.
Right.
I'm like, you can't have it both ways.
No, you said do whatever. What do you mean?
I didn't want this song. Okay. Well, you had a
put it
year
on
and a
your
half.
halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What song would you like?
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar when guests come up and like play a good song, and I'm like, what? What does that mean?
Music?
Not this. This sucks. I don't like what you're playing right now. I'm like, well, this was on the request
Can I
list.
have a song?
You have a song, an artist, a name of a song. I'll get back to you. I'm like, okay.
Never come back.
They never come back.
They never come back.
They just wanted to,
Be special for
express displeasure and not really help or make it improved. And I just really want to emphasize that, like, it's not the client's responsibility to do everything. Neither is the DJ's responsibility to do everything. I recognize they're paying us because we're good at this, because we have experience, and they're trusting us to throw them a good party, even if they don't know what that looks like for them, and to help them plan this out. And the more organized we can be and get them to be organized, the better off pretty much everyone will be. However, there are clients who avoid that responsibility still. And that's what I'm really talking about. I'm not talking about, oh, I can't decide this song or this song. Okay, well, we have until right before we play the song. Like that's the last possible minute. What I want our listeners, especially customers and couples, to understand is that puts really undue pressure and stress on the DJ. It's a lot of extra work, a lot of extra stress that's really avoidable and unneeded. And in my opinion, going into a wedding, you really want the DJ to not be stressed. You want the DJ to be in a good mood, to be happy, to be excited, to be things to be light and easy, because the party will feel light and easy. If the DJ is like, white knuckling the wedding because oh man, there's this and this, and they've already been yelled out twice because I did the wrong thing that somebody wasn't expecting because I was just guessing at that, it really does impact the party you're going to have. And if you want a good party, you got to put in some planning. You got to put in some effort there.
Yeah, I think I may be like the unique case in this instance, but for me, I love watching people get exactly what they deserve and plan.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely intentional on my phone calls with the couples about what my capabilities are, what I can provide, and what we do as a company. And they can run with that however they like, essentially. It seems this is only my second year doing it, but the couples that care and want to be intentional about everything, they will regardless of what I say. I mean, for instance, I have a couple for a wedding this weekend that I've already spoken to the phone on, been texting for over a month now. And we have another call with their coordinator and them, so we can all just like meet face to face and for a third time go over the timeline. It's like I had no part in them wanting to do all that. That's just how they want to run their wedding. So that's how it's going to turn out.
Because
so if they give me nothing, that doesn't stress me out at all. In fact, it's kind of like, all right, this is what you're going to get then. And I'll make sure it's clear in my notes that that's how they set it up. And like Joey said, I'm very comfortable at on the fly. We have a bev. We've done it so many times. It's kind of like if you're in the moment, like, can you come up with it or can you do this? We almost always can. And I understand that can be stressful for some people, but usually that honestly doesn't bother me at all, because even in the moment, I'll play it like, okay, this is, if you want it to be a shit show, this is how you planned it,
Enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah, you get the party that you planned for,
yeah.
that you put in the effort for. How do you expect us to
And there's been so many times I've been wrong. I mean, I had a wedding not too long ago where the bride had seriously 45 minutes of their 3-hour dance floor was Taylor Swift, which, like, I love Taylor Swift, but I had a feeling that was going to go bad because 45 minutes of any singular artist usually doesn't hit with everyone.
Yeah.
But I didn't say shit because it's like, if that's what you want, maybe it'll hit. Maybe that's not really my job. For me, it feels like at that point, because I've also been at weddings where, like you said, karaoke, it slams, or this song you never thought would work gets everyone out there. So
Different weddings, yeah.
Yeah. Every wedding is so different.
Yeah. But if you really don't care, I think it's going to be just fine. We're going to figure it out.
right.
But you don't get to sell off your responsibility for making decisions and then be mad that someone else made another decision that you didn't want or didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's where, okay, so that's the part where we got to get into the risks, the liabilities, the assumptions you are making and taking on when you don't plan something, when you don't give us this song, and then you want us to just guess and come up with what we think works. We're going to pick something probably typically really popular, something typically that we see a lot that works, and maybe based on anything else we know about you, how old you are, if you've given us any other songs. That's what I always do. I'm like, oh, what year did they graduate? What year did they party? What year did they? I'm going to pick a song that kind of fits that. It's really odd because to me, it feels improper to like, this is our first dance song, and it's something that's expressing our love to each other, that we're celebrating our first dance as a couple. They want me to decide what that looks like for them. I'm like, that seems inappropriate.
I hate choosing.
That's
first
stressful.
dance for people.
Or walk down the aisle, or father-daughter song. Let me pick the song that dictates your love for your dad and your dad's love for you. Like, what?
I don't know your
Very weird
relationship.
position as a DJ.
It to me, it crosses a little bit of a boundary where I'm just like, this is a very intimate, emotional thing, and you just want me to kind of just decide for you.
Depends on how close I am with the couple.
Right. I mean, there's ways to figure that out.
Right. I mean,
I've helped couples.
There's some couples I really connect with, and it's like, yeah, I mean, you know what? Or like, I know them personally.
Yeah.
And I know their relationship with them and their father. Like, for example, like there's times where that does happen. And it's like, well, I don't know. I know you guys like this song. I mean, I've heard it at your house. I mean, why not that?
Did you know the couple that played softball, didn't you know them?
Which one?
The father-daughter dance they had like halfway through they stopped and they started playing catch.
Yeah, that was my wedding.
Yeah, I was there with you. Was it your?
Did I know them?
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, yes. Yeah. So that was my brother played baseball with the groom. Sorry. My older brother played baseball with the groom.
Yeah.
Like they're way older. I mean, 3 or 4 or 5 years older than us. Years ago, they played baseball together. And then, yeah, his new wife played catch with her dad after their first dance. That was cute. At the Allure, right?
Yeah. That was probably the best like father-daughter dance I've seen, dude.
Yeah. Did we tell you about that?
No, what was it?
They did a daddy-daughter dance, and then about a minute and a half into the dance, they surprised them. The sister brought out her softball mitt and the dad's softball mitt, and they played catch on the dance floor for the
Wow.
remainder of the song.
Bro,
And that's what they used to do all the time together. She loves softball.
it's so meaningful to their relationship. That's how they wanted to use the time.
Yeah.
That's so cheesy.
That
sucks.
It was kind of.
It probably hit in the moment.
It did.
Oh, bro,
everybody
not a-
cried and loved
bro,
it.
Oh my
everyone's
God, it
crying,
gave me
man. It's beautiful.
goosebumps, dude. It was beautiful.
It's beautiful.
That's what cheesy means, you know? It's
Yeah.
just, it's commonplace and
That's wedding.
that's wedding. That's beautiful. That's really cool. And that's, to me, really good planning to like,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Something different.
and
Something
great
different than I
DJs can
understand.
help you work with that and come up with a plan. If you're struggling,
Make it a moment.
You did.
Yes.
You worked
Like-
with the sister and made it happen.
Timed it
Yeah.
out to talk to the sister about the
how do we make
timing.
this a fun memory for you? That's what we try to do. But if you're not meeting with us, if you're refusing our calls, if you're not answering our questions, how can we help you design and plan this thing?
Right.
As far as the liabilities go, what are the common things you see as now that you're GMing, the things that we see clients breach in their contract? And this may be a little too technical.
I mean, besides people like trying to squeeze out extra time.
Sure.
I mean, that's
Try to get extra stuff that's not listed in services. Try to get to do
oftentimes
services.
like trying to squeeze out extra time, or like, oh, well, the time is this. And it's like, no. It starts at your cocktail hour. Like a lot of people assume cocktail hour is free for some reason.
Don't
It's
know
like
why.
ceremony, and then reception starts at dinner music. And it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do for that hour? You just,
Yeah.
I'm playing during that hour. What do you mean?
You're already
sit
set
there.
up. What's the big deal?
Yeah, I always explain it. 6 hours of service, hour of cocktail, hour of dinner, and about 4 hours of dancing. So I think that one often tries to get breached. I see a lot of people try and squeeze us into a corner or into a tiny space. Like it says in our
Yeah.
contract that we need like an
Yes.
8x8 space. Like we need a decent sized space to set up and do stuff properly.
We need dedicated power.
We need dedicated power.
Yeah.
Like venue side, like we need power. We need it to be decent. Like we have a little reader that shows the level of power that we need.
That's how I knew.
If it sits at like 114, we're gonna have a bad day. Like the power is gonna waver, the sound's gonna flicker in and out. So I mean that happens, but that's not often up to the couple.
Bro, a
That's
common one we see is like third-party damage. So like one of their
Right.
guests or family or friends damages
damage
our
something
equipment.
on our
Yeah.
booth.
And or third-party security. They're supposed, it says in our contract, the client is responsible for securing our equipment, for securing our safety, for securing the dance floor, all of those things. In Indiana, if you're serving alcohol, you have to have with a certain number of people, you have to have a police officer or a security officer there of some kind. In other states, it's a little different. But to me, it's you have to pay for that. You have to organize that. And that has to be a thing. And more than once, this has happened where we have been physically threatened. We've been, attacked and or like, people have gotten our face and they're not providing security to
Yeah. No,
ensure the
definitely.
safety of the DJs, ensure the safety of the party. People are touching our equipment. People are damaging our equipment, slamming drinks down. That's all things that the client is ultimately responsible for.
Mhm.
And that if it came down to it, we've had people steal our uplights, like guests.
That steel up lights, just ridiculous.
I mean, literally one client locked us out of the photo booth. So we couldn't use the photo booth for 15 minutes because that client took it upon themselves. The client's guest, sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to think of others, but I don't really think other than that,
um,
contractually.
have you had any early warning signs or red flags during calls or even when meeting with clients that they might struggle to take ownership of their responsibilities
Yeah.
or
no,
of their liabilities?
definitely. And you can tell the couples that there's kind of 3 different levels when you have a call. It's like they haven't opened the Vibo at all because they lost the link when I sent it to them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's like a whole nother thing. 2, they have the app. They haven't added anything. They can't make any choices and they don't really care. That one's going to be your like problematic person to work with, because the other person's kind of oblivious. They probably have some thoughts about what they want. They just haven't added it yet. Maybe they just didn't know where to put the music yet. People that have access to the app haven't added anything for about a year. That's a red flag, because when I'm on that call and we're talking about your decisions and there's nothing in there, that's really hard to work with. I mean, you've had over a year now. There's nothing in here. We have nothing to even talk about today besides really just the basic details of the timeline. That's really all we can discuss. The green flag on the third person is the person that you have the call with about a month out, or even I send them the link and they are adding music right away.
Yeah.
They want to party. They desperately care about the environment of the music and what that looks like for them. That's the biggest green flag. But when I'm on a call with somebody and about a month out, and like my wedding for this weekend, for example, I'm on the call about a month out, month and a half even, and there's no music on there. They're telling me these things that they want, certain sections to add in the app, like things that they want that they've seen at weddings, but there's no music in there. And I'm like, okay, I've got these sections added. Weddings this weekend. I reached out yesterday. There's still not a single song in there. That is a massive red flag, because we talked about what you wanted. I've now given you over a month and a half to add what you've wanted, and now the wedding's in 4 days. And I need something to go off of. And I can work on the fly. I see your 3, 4, 5 songs that are in there. It's going to stress me out. But if you want me to have the wedding you deserve, I mean, and unfortunately that it's kind of getting to that point, but I'm going to do the best I can with the music that's given to me, and hopefully they add it. I texted them again today. Hey guys, the app locks up on Wednesday at midnight. I need Thursday to prep. I have a wedding on Friday, and like your wedding's on Saturday. I can't do it on Friday. So I don't know. That's a huge red flag, is when there's nothing added, or on the call too. I mean, the initial call, I mean, you could just kind of tell some people don't care. It's like, oh, well, we were just going to throw up a speaker. We don't really care. And usually those weddings can be easy, but also there's no music added. And it's hard to follow up contractually because there's nothing to go off of.
Hard to make magic out of nothing.
Yeah.
And the reason we talk about this is not to badmouth clients, it's not to obfuscate our responsibility to try to educate and help and follow up with clients. It's really because we're trying to get the client the maximum value they can out of our services. We're trying to educate them. You're planning this important day in your life. We have a lot of experience doing that. What are the things that are really important to you? How can we make it a fun memory? To me, a very big green flag. Our clients are like, so we're thinking about this. What would be the best way to do that?
Right.
You're the DJ, you're the expert. And then I ask good questions to try to get better understanding of what the client wants and doesn't want. And then when they pitch something to me, I think that may be better here for this and this reason. We all do this enough where it's like, yeah, I know that that's not going to work at this time, and that it's better to do it this way and at this time, so that there's nice flow, so that guests aren't like stuck in their chairs for 2 hours listening to 20 speeches. Yeah. You got to split it up. You got to work with clients on
that. Reminds me, I had a couple recently that they wanted to open up the dance floor
and then close it back down.
Literally open it up for 15 minutes and then come back and do the anniversary dance and shoe game.
Yeah.
After opening up dance floor.
Yeah. That's a bad idea.
I did the anniversary dance, and then we opened up the dance floor, and then I just forgot about shoe game.
Yeah. Did they come up to you and were like, hey?
No, later in the night, they said, can we do bouquet and garter? And then we never did shoe game. It was 65 people at the wedding. It was super awkward anyway. Like, shoe game would have been
would have killed it.
Terrible, especially in the middle of the dance floor. So I may have made an executive decision. Like, if they come up and ask for it in the middle of the dance floor, we can do it. Absolutely. But I'm going to just do the anniversary dance and open up dance floor, because we've done this a million times. I know that this is going to kill the dance floor. I know it's going to ruin the night.
Yeah.
And your coordinators don't really care. Like, you don't even have a coordinator. It's just like venue staff helping out today. It's not like going to throw off the timeline if we do this. So I told them, I was like, I think we should do anniversary dance first and then open up the dance floor, get everybody out there. And then like they were going to go do sunset photos or whatever. So that's what we did. We opened up the dance floor after anniversary dance, and we just never came back we just didn't do shoe game.
To me, that can happen, especially if you're pressed for time, especially if you're like, you want me to do this one thing, but then you're making all these decisions that go against my success. I can't be successful at this other thing because of the way you're.
And I had told them, like, if you want to do it, you have to do it like before dinner.
Yeah.
Like you come, like when everybody's seated for dinner is the only time you can do it. But then they wanted to move up speeches and then move that after. And then I was like, well, we want to just do that later. Like, let's just open up dance floor.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we can't just, now we've moved things around too many times. And I can't just kill the dance floor
Just
now.
confusing.
And
Yeah.
your guests are going to be annoyed.
It's always frustrating too when they will work with another vendor that's not us about the timeline. And they're like, well, our photographer said to do it this way. And I go, that sounds like that's good for the photographer and not for anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for the venue, not for food, not for the DJ. That's good for the photographer.
Yep.
Like, so I get why they would say that.
Yeah.
I had the photographers real mad Saturday. It was so good. I was so happy. They kept coming up to me and they're like, because the bride had put like 4 songs throughout the night that she wanted photo ops specifically to, which I'd never had before, but whatever. And she was like, when this song hits, it'll be the great opportunity for like Phi Delta to be out there. This song hits it, and I'm like, I don't know how I would ever facilitate that, but sure, Well, she gave those songs to the photographers and videographers too.
Oh,
So they were coming up to me throughout the night like,
When is the song?
hey,
getting
can we
played?
do like, what was that Centerfold song? I'd never even heard it before.
Jay Giles Band?
Yeah, yes,
Angels in
yeah.
the Centerfold?
Yeah, I never heard it, and that song sucked. Like, I'm not playing that at any moment in my dance floor. Like, yeah, that's exactly how it went. I was like, dude, what? And they kept coming up to me like, hey, I think it'd be good. Like, we're gonna do Centerfold next. And I was like, oh yeah, man. And I played all that stuff at like 9:30. Like, they were so mad because they had to stick around for that. I was like, dude, if you keep coming up to me,
They want you to knock those out right at the beginning?
it's absurd
all
too. It
4
would be
songs?
like me coming up to them during sunset photos. You only have this time to take this photo that you've planned for your job, and then being like, hey, yeah, can we scratch that? Like, I've got a great song right now. And like pulling them away. It's absurd. I would never do that or say that.
Yeah.
So for them to come up and do that is just obviously outright absurd. That was actually so good.
That's always tough. There's always like that balance between like the vendor getting what they need for their job and us getting what we need for our job and trying to compromise and work that out. But yeah, if I'm opening up the dance floor, I'm not opening up with the Angel. That's literally
We were literally in the middle of like low, and he's like, can we do that one next? And I'm like, nope, we can't.
After low.
They had the
Did it hit? Did you?
California. What song is
Oh,
that?
California.
California Love. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They had that for
Tupac.
because the groom was from Laguna Beach, and of course, like then I'm not gonna say who, but a photographer we worked with a lot came up and was like, "Can we get that one next?" And we're in the middle of like slow dancing, like just all the wrong. I'm like, really? Like, no, we can't. Like, bro, it'll happen.
It'll happen.
It'll happen.
Let it happen
Just
naturally.
let it happen.
It's tough.
It's like
It's
working
definitely-
with children. Like every time you ask, it's gonna take longer. It's like that type of thing.
It's tough when you have people who have different timelines, different priorities than yourself, and who don't always,
Just a complete lack of self-awareness too. Like you don't
What's
need to know
worse-
anything about music
What's
to know
worse
like you
is
probably
when they
should go.
have the timeline. When we all have the
Right.
same timeline
Right.
and they just won't fucking work.
Right.
It's like, get up. I'm up here. I'm ready to do their speeches. Where
What
are
are you
you?
doing?
You have the timeline too. Where are you? That infuriates me.
We
more
went
than
over
bro,
anything.
or
this.
when they're just chilling, enjoying
they're
their
just
dinner,
sitting there talking during
enjoying their
It's
dinner.
like, can we fucking hurry
I
this
had
up?
one like that too. I think I talked about that with Dave, and they were all sitting eating dinner. They all had the timeline. I told them before
Laughing,
dinner.
chilling.
Time to start
Like-
first
And so,
dances. 5
can we-
minutes.
I
first
gave him
dances.
so many heads up. I told him the
to do.
specific time, and so I look over there. I see them all eating. Hop on the mic. I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, can you welcome to the floor the bride and her father?" Something like this, That's the one where one of the photographers came up eating a roll in hand and taking pictures of the. I'm like, you are so unprofessional. And then they came
Little
up to me
have
like,
butter,
that
little butter,
timeline.
and then
You can
What do
go
you do
back
about
to your
this?
dinner. You have a timeline.
they came up to me right after that. 2 girls and this guy. They come up and they're like, "So, are you gonna let us know next time? Like, how long exactly till the next dance?" I pulled out my timeline and I said, "According to the same sheet of paper that you guys have, it looks like the next dance will be as soon as the last salad is set down." They're like, you know how many minutes that'll be?
You know how many minutes?
I'd ask the
that'll-
wait
I'm not
staff
kidding.
that, the servers. I don't know anyone who deals with the
I don't
food other
count
than
the
me.
salads.
I don't count the salads. Set a timer on your phone for 6 minutes and 32 seconds. That's when we're
Right.
going.
bro, I do my best, but it's not my responsibility.
Right.
It's their
always
responsibility
try and tell them, but
to
you have
be-
a fucking timeline too.
Yeah.
Bro, if people are like, play the song now, I'm going to play the song now. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that-
sorry. I
And
got
that was also one of those nights too. Like the bride had just been up at the booth and was like,
Just
"Can we do it
snapping
now?"
at you. We wanna
Of
do it
course
now.
we can do it now.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I felt
And I'm always like,
I had that happen the other
let
day.
me grab photo and video real quick, make sure they're set. But if they're out in their car or they're in the bathroom or they're doing whatever, I can't grab them. We're getting started. Like, that's what's going to
That's what
happen.
happened to me the other day. I felt bad. The food was ready like 15 minutes early for late night snack, and they wanted late night snack and t-shirt toss at the same time, like 8:45. Bride came up. She's like, "Let's do t-shirt toss now." Like they wanted to do it now. I gave them the shirts. I let Meg know, and she was like, "Wait, 1 second. He's outside." I was like, she's grabbing the shirts. The song's playing.
Yeah.
I can't." And so I'm like, get out on the dance like as slow as I can, but
Trying
she
to
starts throwing the
add
shirts,
time.
and I felt bad. But I mean, there's nothing I can do.
Bro,
And she was ready to throw the shirts.
Right.
We do our best. It's not our job to capture it.
Right.
It's your
Right.
it's the vendor's job to capture it, who's being paid to do that. It's their job to be ready for that.
I'll
Beyond that,
find them if they're like cool and doing their job.
and nearby.
But I
to,
won't
like,
say anything to anyone.
I'm not going to
if you're,
spend 10
like,
minutes looking for the person.
The amount of
Like,
vendors I
just
run
can't.
into that we
I
get to
can't.
dinner and they're like, "Oh, finally,
Yeah.
I've been standing all day," and I'm
They
just
have.
like, "So you've been doing your job? You've been working? Like,
So you've been
you
working
cry
all
me
day.
a river, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't help any of those people. It's like you are literally getting paid thousands of dollars to be here and be working."
To
And you're
stand
Not
on your feet all day.
eating, not
Yeah.
texting, not hanging out with your friends or complaining about how hard this day was. You're here to execute. If you can't be on top of your shit, that is so on you. Like, I don't help
I
any of
agree.
those people.
Bro, the video
if
guy
you're
last
cool and you're
weekend
helping
didn't
me,
have the
I'll
cable.
help you. But if you're sitting around and complaining we don't get enough time to eat and this, that, and the other, get bent. I'm not helping you at all. I hope all your photos look terrible. And a couple reports.
Your photos
'Cause,
suck.
like,
Hope you get bad reviews.
that is
Hope
just
it's
absurd. to me.
Satan upon your
It's
home.
more often than not you run into vendors that complain about how hard of a day I've
plague?
had, or I've been
Yeah.
here since 8 a.m. and it's like, so you have a job, dude. Like, what are you? This
Oh,
is
so
such
you
a
work.
good job, first of all, to complain about doing this. Like, what did
Yeah.
you do the last 4 days? Did you sit in your PJs and edit? Because a lot of us DJs just kind of like, dude, we have this so good, like
It is a really great job, and typically they are being paid quite a bit of money.
a lot of money.
And to
Like,
me,
we're
then
not
they
here
need-
as a friend doing a
They need
favor.
to assume the responsibility and the respect that that position requires, and the communication that's needed to be successful, and
Right.
the tools. I was just saying that we had a videographer 2 weekends ago at County Line who didn't have the cable to
Yep.
hook up. I had to give him a cable, and I'm just
I
like,
feel like I've had that happen.
Bro,
several
you had a guy
times
like
this
that,
year.
he's
It's
plugging
how
into
do
my
you not have a
speaker.
fucking
I'm
XLR?
actively
what do
doing
you
stuff,
do?
and
Yeah.
in between introductions,
Come on.
that's the guy asking, is it mic or line on this? I'm like, dude,
I had a videographer text
it's
me.
line.
it's line.
always
First of all,
line.
why are you
It's
asking me?
never
Why are you
mic.
I
plugging
had a
into my
videographer
equipment without
text me
knowing?
and ask me what recommendations on like an audio recorder they should use. Like, should I just plug into your board, or should I just like plug a mic in and set it like a recorder next to it?
Text
And I'm
him which song he should play next.
like, I just
Wait.
screenshotted on.
How should I mix it
No,
in?
how should
Should
I-
I?
Song.
I literally screenshotted on Amazon the XLR plug-in audio mic recorder. I said, "This is what I always see." What do you mean? Why am I telling you this?
Mhm.
Bro, we can't do their job for them. I try to be nice. I try to be respectful. I try to be a person that's easy to work with, but there's always a limit. There's always a cutoff where, nope, that's your responsibility. That's your job. I can do my best to give you a heads up if I have that amount of time. If you are around here, I can actually find you and give you the heads up. But bro, if you're just like going to do your own thing, then don't be mad when I'm doing my thing and you didn't capture what you needed to capture.
Yeah.
I can't do anything for you there. This is always going to be a battle with other vendors with that kind of thing. Dude, what happened to us is we were late to set up because Floral decided to put all of their flowers on our table.
On the DJ table.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't take down the DJ table.
And they
Your
just
booth has
left
to go-
them there because it was kind of this thing where they did a delivery for like all the bouquets. That was what they were. There was
You
all
need
the
the table.
centerpieces, bouquets.
No.
They just took it all up. They put stuff on the chairs. They took up the space, and it was
You
full
need
of
the
like
area.
glass and water and flowers.
Yeah.
And they just left it there.
Mm.
And they just 86 took off. Is that the term 86?
Yeah,
And that was it. Like they basically, because the
I
couple
would have
just,
moved it faster than you could blink.
bro. So I had to like move it myself. I had to like move all the flowers,
I
then
was
move the
gone,
table, then
too.
move all the flowers
Gone.
again to finish setting up. It took another 15 minutes to move their stuff so I could set up. Super rude. I was like, that's not your table and you know it. And that's not the spot where you should put that stuff and you know it. And yeah, okay, the floral person was just doing the delivery and then the couple's supposed to take over. But my God, like have some like that's
That
not.
happened
What are
to
you
me at
doing?
White Oak a few weeks
Decency,
ago.
yeah.
They dropped off all the flowers.
Put 'em right on the
early,
DJ
and they
table.
Put them right on the DJ
Oh,
table,
here's
and
this-
then they left because they didn't have like a florist setting them up. It was like some friends helping set them
Yeah,
up
this looks
later.
right.
They were
Bro,
going to show up before the
It's
wedding.
so freaking rude.
So then me and the head coordinator over there were just setting them down on the ground, and then she helped set everything up,
Yeah.
even though she wasn't hired that day to do that.
Yeah, this is how the DIY can really have an impact because they're just paid for delivery, not for setup, and so like that florist charges more for the setup or whatever. Just reasonable. It's more work, but at the same time, it's like, well, bring your own table, put it on the floor, have people ready to take the stuff in, because that literally delays us doing our job. And if we're delayed starting, that's because you're a floral person. We have that in our contract that to protects us. That's a freaking liability, responsibility. That like if we're delayed at starting because of something you're doing or your other vendors are doing, we're not at fault, and we're not going extra because of that. To me, that's just so incredibly rude. It's just so bad taste.
I had that gig at I think it was Valpo High School or something, where I showed up to set up, and when I got there, the lady hosting the party was like, "Yeah, so we just found out that they're actually using the area until 6." And I'm like, "That's when we start is 6, you know."
Yeah.
And I set up, but it's like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do about that? You know, you can't do anything pretty much.
You rented a space you can't use,
Right.
Because you didn't. I guess they didn't know or they didn't communicate.
She's
or
like,
whatever.
"Well, how are you going to get
0
music
minutes
going
to
like
set
when
up.
it starts?" And I'm like, "I'm going to set
a
up."
great
What do you? I
question.
mean,
Yeah. And you made it work, but a lot of extra slash work, and you had a broken wing at the time.
yeah, it was when my hand was broken. Yeah, that was my fastest setup. That was like 10 or 9 minutes or something. I whipped that all together. I had it ready to go.
Made it happen, man. Well, yeah. What's this weekend looking like for you guys?
Oh,
Tent wedding.
I've got a long weekend. On Friday, I've got a family friend down at Purdue.
I'm with you, right?
Boiler up.
Yeah.
Fucking
with you
rager. That is going to be a rager.
The union's
of a
pretty
party.
sick. It's
I'm
fun.
so excited for that wedding. And then Saturday, I'm a little nervous about because they haven't added any music, but it's Walden, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure they texted me back. We'll get it in by Wednesday. Like
They'll get it.
they have ideas.
Tuesday.
It's just getting it in. So I'm not too worried about it. Just slightly worried about it. But a lot of traveling just because down to Purdue Friday.
Back up to Walden.
Back up to Walden Saturday, and then we're doing that float trip with our entire team on
Woo-woo.
Sunday. So we got to wake up early Sunday, get here, get down there. So I'm excited to just relax on Sunday, float down a river.
Tubes, turtles.
Tubes, turtles, maybe see another deer swim through the water.
We'll have a
That
couple
was
deer,
insane.
couple ducks.
How about you guys? What's it looking like? You have a tent wedding?
Tent wedding.
We're at.
I don't even know. I'll have to look somewhere around here. I'm guessing it's a fancy tent wedding. I was talking to Joey about that recently, but it's always funny seeing in the planning center that it's like tent yard or tent or backyard wedding, because on paper it just sounds like it's going to be bullshit. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But every single one I've done, it's like
Very fancy.
the most expensive, gorgeous
Yeah, no,
house
they're
you'd see in the Porter County
Private
area.
caterers,
with
yeah.
like private caterers, a planner, like
Wooden dance floor. They
the
brought
last
in.
one I did,
Yeah,
it literally said in a pole barn or something in the description, and I showed up there, and it was like $1 million sectioned out
Show
hangar
house.
with a gym.
Like pole
They
barn.
had like
Yeah.
a pontoon
Something
boat, quads, UTVs, jet skis, the whole 9 yards of like this just gorgeous family farm right over here and like right outside of Valparaiso. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, some of those can be just spectacular. Some of them are like, it's Champagne Jam.
The one this weekend, like
DJ off the back of my
Right.
truck, right?
the one
Yeah.
this weekend, we've
It's
got
real
that's
muddy.
the one
It's
tonight
real
that I got
muddy.
a call with the coordinator. It's like they're planning for sure. So I'm assuming it'll be another fancy
Power's going to
tent
be an
wedding.
issue.
Yeah.
Right.
Turtle snapped the line a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Friday, I'm going to see Young the Giant with my wife.
Ooh, nice.
It's going to be awesome. Excited. And then Saturday, I will be at Swan Lake,
Haven't been there all year.
Plymouth.
Nice.
Should be a rager. They may add additional hours sometimes because it's that they have a hotel on site, so people will just party later and later.
That always
hopefully.
helps. That always helps a party.
I have a birthday party, a surprise 65th surprise birthday party.
65-year-old.
Yeah, this lady's husband, 65-year-old.
Nice.
That should be super easy. It's from like 5:30 to 9, 6 to 9.
Nice.
Saturday I'm with you at the Walden, and then Sunday we're floating down a river.
Doing some floats.
On down a river. Sweet.
Awesome. I don't have anything else. You guys have anything?
That's it. See you at your wedding.